Buonasera, this is Pierpaolo. It was a hard week. It is a hard moment. We reacted the only way we know, by working. We reacted not allowing to get paralyzed by the fear of war, trying to remember that the privilege of our freedom is now bigger than ever. Our thoughts go to those who are suffering. We see you, we feel you, and we love you, because love is the answer, always.
Looking from a window above, it's like a story of love. Can you hear me? Came back only yesterday. I'm moving farther away. Want you near me? All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day. And all I ever knew, only you. Sometimes when I think of her name, when it's only a game, and I need you, listen to the words that you say, it's getting harder to stay. When I see you, all I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day. And all I ever knew, only you. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day. And all I ever knew, only you.
My name is Cameron Myler. I'm a 4-time Olympian in the sport of luge. I'm a painter, a photographer, lawyer, and arbitrator and professor at New York University. I'm really curious, and I love to have balance in my life as an athlete, as an artist, as a lawyer. I love trying to find that balance, which I think all Olympians do, of body, mind, and spirit. So my first artwork is focused on the word believe, and believe is something that every Olympic athlete must do. Believe in themselves and in their talents and what they're going to do on the day of competition. And I also have text incorporated. So the lawyer part of me, the part of me that has respect for rules and the foundation of the Olympic movement we find in the Olympic Charter, which starts with the fundamental principles. So it talks about what is Olympism. Winter is magical, and the snow and the ice and being able to do different sports in that kind of context for me is always something that I've loved. There's so much to be grateful for, and I think sort of seeing the details is a reminder that there are many small things that we should sort of acknowledge and be grateful for and recognize on a daily basis.
March 25, 1965. 25,000 civil rights marchers arrive at the state capitol in Montgomery, Alabama. Martin Luther King Jr. leads the marchers in protesting the denial of voting rights to blacks in the South.
However difficult the moment, yes, sir. However frustrating the hour, it will not be long, because truth crushed earth will rise again. Yes, sir. How long? Not long.
Months later, the Voting Rights Act becomes law. 1911. In New York, a fire at the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory kills 146 immigrant workers. The tragedy leads to safer working conditions across the United States. 1997.
All right.
Former President George H.W. Bush, then age 72, parachutes from a plane over the Arizona desert. Bush skydives again twice over the next few years. 1942, singer Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul, is born in Memphis, Tennessee. And 1947, in Britain, singer-songwriter Elton John is born in Pinner, outside London. Today in history, March 25th, Mike Gracia, The Associated Press.
Welcome back in our studio, and in today's news,